All right, this is going to be real quick. This is, oh, hell no. And I meant to do this a couple days ago. Got busy. So this is kind of old news, but I did just want to put a little something on it because I want to call them out on their bull crap early. So you all may have heard reports last week where now they're going to sit up and try to disclose UFOs. So this is from the New York Post, but and this is, when did this come out? They're saying the 21st of March, but it was all over the news last week. CNN, all of them, all of the major news stories had it. So this particular one says, upcoming Pentagon report will detail difficult to explain UFO sightings. A forthcoming government report will reveal evidence of UFOs breaking the sound barrier with a sonic boom and other difficult to explain phenomena, the former director of national intelligence said. John Ratcliffe, the top intelligence official under President Donald Trump, was asked about incidents involving unidentified flying objects on Fox News Friday. There are a lot more sightings than have been made public, he told host Maria, I forgot old girl's name. Some of those have been declassified. And when we talk about sightings, Radcliffe continued, we are talking about objects that have been seen by Navy or Air Force pilots or have been picked up by satellite imagery that frankly engage in actions that are difficult to explain. Movements that are hard to replicate that we don't have the technology for. So they say they don't. Or traveling at speeds that exceed the sound barrier without a sonic boom. A new Pentagon report will also detail any threats, posed by the aerial phenomenon and whether foreign adversaries are suspected of controlling them. Weather can cause disturbances, visual disturbances, Radcliffe said. Sometimes we wonder whether or not our adversaries have technologies that are a bit further down the road than we thought or than we realize. But these are instances where we don't have good explanations for some of the things that we have seen. Radcliffe's remarks came several months after the Pentagon's declassified 3 well-known UFO videos acknowledging that the footage was shot by U.S. Navy pilots. In the interview, Radcliffe said the sightings, which have been reported across the globe, extend beyond just a pilot or just a satellite or some intelligent collection. Usually we have multiple sensors that are picking up these things. Some of these are unexplained phenomena, and there is actually quite a few more that have been made public, he said. The Pentagon report is expected to be released by June 1st, Bartiromo said during the interview. That's after Trump in December signed the $2.3 trillion C-19 relief and government funding bill, which started a 180-day countdown for the Pentagon and spy agencies to say what they know about UFOs. Radcliffe said he hoped to release the information before the administration's departure from the White House in January, but we weren't able to get it down into an unclassified format that we could talk about quickly enough. His remarks followed the Pentagon officially declassified 3 Navy videos last year that captured unidentified objects in 2004 and 2015. The videos were first leaked to the Stars Academy, a UFO research group founded by former Blink-182 singer Tom DeLonge and then obtained through efforts by the New York Times. In the clips, UFOs were seen moving at incredible speeds, performing seemingly impossible aerial maneuvers. Yeah, I remember that. One of those videos. I remember that. One of the clips showed a dark circular object flying in front of a jet, while a second caught a small object racing over land. The third captured a circular object first speeding, then appearing to slow down and moving closer to the pilot's camera. The Pentagon announced in September that it created an unidentified aerial phenomenal task force. The unit will open at least some of its work to the Senate Intelligence Committee every 6 months. Senator Marco Rubio, out of Florida, acting chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, said earlier this year that he wanted more transparency from the task force on the grounds of national security. All right, so before I go on reading, I just want to say this. Now, shout out to the YouTube content creators that have been putting that stuff up for years. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. They full of crap, as far as I'm concerned, because, like I said, the YouTube content creators have been capturing this stuff on camera for decades, all right? Now, they ain't trying to investigate that. And especially what they showed last week with those supposedly and allegedly unidentified objects that were in the shape of a triangle. I've been seeing those YouTube videos like forever. People catching that in the sky forever. Now, and that's what they brought out last week up there talking about that's a UFO. So now, is it really a UFO, or is it really just new aircraft that the Alphabet Boys are deciding to bring out? Because if you look at the Avengers movies, I see that same shape aircraft in those movies. So I'm just saying, all right? So y'all wasn't doing all this investigation when the YouTube content creators for years have been putting out this information. So now all of a sudden you wants to release something, and then the stuff that you releasing is grainier than a so-and-so. It's grainier than a so-and-so. But you got all of this technology that can spy up into people's houses and see exactly what they're doing, but yet you decide to release some grainy photos. So I ain't trusting what they saying, but I'm just going to read the rest of this, and then I'm going to put a little something more on it, what I feel that they're up to. All right, so they're creating this little committee. Yeah. The unit will report at least some of its work to the Senate Intelligence Committee every 6 months. Yeah, we read that. Rubio out of Florida is on the little committee. And he wants transparency because of national security. We have things flying over our military bases in places where we are conducting military exercises, and we don't know what it is, and it isn't ours, Rubio told a Miami CBS affiliate last year. Frankly, that is something from outside this planet that might actually be better than the fact that we've seen some technological leap on behalf of the Chinese or the Russian or some other adversary that allowed them to conduct this activity. Then, earlier this year, the CIA released a trove of newly unsealed records on UFOs. The dossier, which was available on the Black Vault, a website operated by author and podcaster John Greenwald Jr., was purportedly to include all the information the agency has on the UFOs or unidentified aerial phenomena, as the government calls them. But Greenwald claimed that the documents appear to be intentionally difficult to sift through since they use an outdated file format. The CIA has made it incredibly difficult to use their records in a reasonable manner, he said. In my opinion, this outdated format makes it very difficult for people to see the documents and use them for any research purposes. The latest developments come amid rising interest in UFOs, which has been indicated by a surge in sightings. Sightings were up in 2020 compared to previous year, with more than 6,600 recorded during that period, according to the National UFO Reporting Center data. Okay, so again, this one was dated March 21st. This is from the New York Post. Upcoming Pentagon report will detail difficult to explain UFO sightings, but just last week it made national news, and they were releasing UFO sightings. And one of the sightings that I saw come across one of the news stories was definitely the UFO shaped like a pyramid that pretty much all of the YouTube content creators that are into UFO sightings have been posting that for years. So now here's my thing. You know, do I believe that there's other entities or beings that are able to use technology to come in and out of dimensions? Yeah, more than likely, probably so. Yes. Do I think they know about it? Absolutely. I believe that a lot of the technology that they get, they're using ancient technology, and they're either finding blueprints or found blueprints or had blueprints from that technology, and they reverse engineer that technology, or they are handed that technology. Because I believe the technology that they are using now is like really, really old compared to what was used in the past. All right. Now, here's the important thing with this whole releasing of the UFO stuff, in my opinion. I think they're just gassing everybody up, per se, to stage an alien invasion. Okay. It's been talked about for years in the quote, quote, conspiracy community that right before a collapse, they are going to stage an alien invasion. And really, the running joke, even now among common folks that have just a half of a brain cell working, we literally kind of joke about it around, you know, the quote, quote, virtual water cooler, that we're just waiting on the alien invasion. Because after the whole pandemic stuff, everybody's like, okay, that's the only thing left. Literally. This is common folks. It's saying it won't surprise me if there's some type of alien invasion. As a matter of fact, we'll be standing with our coffee like, yep, okay, yeah, right on schedule. So I think that they are releasing this information to kind of start predictive programming for a fake alien invasion, as they are behind the scenes trying to attempt a reset. Okay, and I say trying to attempt because they're working pretty hard to try to reset things. I think that they have been trying to reset for quite a while, and it has not been working in their favor. It has not worked the way they thought it was going to work because the realm, meaning Mother Earth's frequency, can no longer be controlled by them. So all of the terraforming that they have been doing for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, 500 million years to be exact, it isn't working anymore. Okay? So the alien invasion would be right on schedule to shake the populace into play, to get them into the fear tactics to accept their quote, quote, new programming. But here's the thing. That's not even going to work. Because even when they released the story of, these UFO sightings, people really, they really didn't really even give a damn. which was shocking in a way, but then not shocking in a way, because folks' consciousness and their subconsciousness, we're done. We're tired. So even their shock value is not working. So they're in pretty bad shape. I literally heard no one calling me up, ringing my phone, saying, girl, did you hear they talked about they released some alien photos or UFO photos, the Alphabet Boys? Not one person rang up my phone. So that lets me know that folks are really desensitized. Their subconscious, maybe their consciousness doesn't realize it yet, but their subconscious is like, you know what? I'm over this foolishness. I'm over it all. Yeah, whatever. So I just want to put that out there. I think that is what they were trying to do with this whole alien UFO disclosure. Nobody really gives a damn, but just be on notice that they're going to try to pull off a big event. And that's all a part of their big reset. Because remember, like we talked about a couple of days ago, maybe even a week ago, when I had that long drawn out podcast talking about the financial system. It's a done deal. They are holding it up by two picks. Now they're starting to slowly admit that there is going to be a market crash. So they're scrambling behind the scenes, trying to stand up the new financial system, which is part of the quote, quote, reset, which is part of them trying to control the new frequency. And none of it is going to work. So just be aware, family. This is just one of their ploys to try to hold on control to the planet and the people. And it's just not going to work. They're out of time. They're out of steam. It's over. So I wish everybody well. Have a good day and peace and love, family.